I am quite impressed with the numbers. So if you look at the streaming growth, I think it was north of 66% on a year-over-year basis. By way of comparison, when Amazon reported its June quarter, it indicated video consumption had doubled. So I think what you're seeing here is strength in advertising revenue, despite the fact that advertising revenue in general has been challenged by the very weak economy. So I think strong results from Roku. I am impressed.
They did mention in terms of looking forward that the ad industry outlook remains uncertain for Q3 and Q4, and we believe total TV ad spend will not recover to pre-COVID levels until 2021. What do you make of that?
I definitely think about it this way. So within television advertising spending, I think you're seeing an acceleration of the move to OTT, which certainly benefits Roku, also benefits Crackle, another AVOD player. But I do think that in general, if we were to look back, our initial expectations were probably higher as far as rate of growth for Roku's advertising revenue in 2021, but still impressed that it is growing.
So beyond the advertising sort of wild card here, Tom, what's been the pandemic effect on Roku? And has it been as big as some of the other places for stay-at-home and streaming in particular?
The pandemic effect for Roku is really consumption. So again, that north of 66% year-over-year growth in consumption and doubling of revenue consumption for video for Amazon. Since their business model is a combination of selling hardware and advertising, they're not benefiting as much on the revenue growth as, say, a Wayfair or an Overstock or even an Amazon. The e-commerce names are getting a lot more of a revenue boost than advertising ones in general. I do think there is a bigger opportunity going forward, like Pinterest, where they could start leveraging the Facebook boycott. And our data suggests that they're doing so to the extent you see more ad impressions from advertisers and new advertisers gravitating to OTT that happen to be boycotting Facebook.
What's the big threat, Tom, to Roku?
The absolute biggest threat for Roku is that they swim with the sharks. So when you think about their competitive set, could it be any more challenging? So they have strategic partnerships with Amazon, but they also compete against Amazon. Same could be said for Google. Same could be said for others. So the competitive set for Roku is actually the greatest challenge long-term for the company. But I do think it could carve out a niche as kind of the independent player in the category.
Where are we broadly, Tom, on cord cutting from cable to streaming, given the fact that sports, we've had a lack of live sports and that people have been at home? What's happened with that?
I would argue that COVID-19 has been a pull forward in OTT consumption. So to the extent that I think that is also driving cord cutting, and to the extent you have a challenged economy, so consumers looking for opportunities to save money are going to further cut the cord but maintain their internet connection. So I do think COVID-19 and a challenged economy are accelerating cord cutting.